So number one, this is old, but that's fine, I like it. Avatar, Titanic, Marvels, The Adventures. So look at that. 2009, look at all these. Titanic, look at 97, look at all these. Do you know what the real top number one movie of all time is? Absolutely, Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind, number one. Star Wars, number two. Somebody said, which Star Wars? Give me a break. There's only one Star Wars, and that's it. Sound of Music. Look at all those. Beautiful ones. Look at Avatar, it's down to 14. When you account for inflation, look at the difference. You're looking at the change in prices. Because really, this is just saying Avatar, their prices went up, that's why they had the higher gross. These, actually more people went and saw. More people went, bought tickets and saw that. Yes? A lot of people are lazy and they don't want to do it. Every number that we look at for GDP is normally just the nominal. Okay? Look at this. If the country's GDP went from $4 to $5 billion in 1 year, is the country experiencing growth? You would say yes. You would say it's 25% more. But what if prices went up 30%? Then obviously they wouldn't be going up, it would actually be going down. So what is inflation? It's a rising general level of prices. So this is just an easy, quick definition. We'll go through inflation next week, but this is really easy. Notice here the same production in apples, but the price went up, so GDP went up. GDP is rising, but the country really is worse off. Yes?
If your income rises and the prices go up too, does it make a difference?
It can. But remember, when does my raise go up? When does my raise go up? Once a year if it does. Most people, when inflation goes up, they don't get a higher raise. Seriously, yeah. Our raises are maybe once a year, once every 6 months. Prices change daily. So we have to look at that. Okay? Nominal is GDP and current prices. It's just in what it does not account for inflation year to year, and this is mostly what you see in the newspaper. This is mostly what you read, this is what we see, this is what we report. Because we're probably lazy. We should be looking at real GDP, the one that's unchanging, that's in constant dollars. This is the best measure of economic growth. Real GDP. Now when you look at Trump's GDP of 3% growth and 2% inflation, is it a good economy? Maybe not. Maybe not enough growth. Maybe you need 5% with 2% to get that 3% there. A lot of people say 3% growth is good. You have to look at, is it real growth or is it nominal growth? Real GDP is the best measure. Questions so far? Okay. Here are some examples. Go back? Sure. No, and you'll hear current prices, nominal prices, you'll hear in, then here you'll see constant, unchanging, you'll hear real, but constant is adjusted for inflation. Okay. Good question. People are lazy. People, I mean, we use it. It's made every quarter. We report it every quarter. When I look in the newspaper, it's normally not picked and used. When I hear them talk about it, they normally don't look at that. Often could be because it's bad news. What if nominal GDP is 2% and inflation is 3% and it's negative? That would freak people out. Okay, why do you say that? Okay, makes sense, but if I'm going to get reelected, it's important as a government person, if I get on my job, I want to be saying that I'm doing a good job. I don't think it's a lie. It's a number, you're correct.
It's just that it's not relative.
If we look at President Trump in 2020, we're going to be looking at unemployment, inflation, stock market, and this number. This might be the most important number. We're gonna be looking at those, did he do a good job? And then we look at, are we better off than we were 4 years ago? Are we looking at that? It's imperfect, but that's what we look at. And then we look at, are we better off than people normally vote with their pocketbook? And they vote with this.
But negative could mean equal.
Correct.
4 years ago.
It could. It could.
That would be better for him, wouldn't it? So what do you guys think?
If prices went down, that would be good. Unemployment goes down, that would be good. Now look at this, 2008, we have 2 products in the year, cars and trucks. So we have 10 cars, 10 trucks in 2008. 2009, again, we produced 10 cars and 10 trucks. Prices just went up. So there's an example of just prices going up. You'll have to do this in an FRQ. You'll actually have to calculate GDP. And you'll have to basically take cars times price equals that. Car times truck times price equals that. You'll have to calculate. So we're not doing that today, but just realize you're gonna have to do that. How do we adjust for inflation for 2009? What we do is use 2008 prices. Did we make more based on production? That's how you get real. We use the real prices. Does that make sense to people? We use 2008 prices to see did 2009 go up. Okay? And we'll practice this and we'll do this. Look at the numbers. Isn't that exciting? It's flipped. Nominal used to be down here, real was here, and now that's pretty wild. Okay, look at, go ahead.
Base year like the equal.
Base year is just a year that we look to compare to. So it's been 92, and we'll probably change it in the future to like 2000. And we'll compare 2018 to 2000, 2019 to 2000, and see what happens at price.
And doesn't do it